Hi, Fat Bobby here. We adopted a little girl named Marley and she's got bounce. So we went through a lot of different things to try and stop her from jumping the block wall. It's about 6 foot, 7 foot. And my wife started looking at coyote rollers. And the intricacy of putting those on, the rollers, the hardware, and the cost was a lot. So supersize it. 4-inch perforated drain pipe. It's available at Home Depot. It's about $10 a foot, $10.92 a stick, so it's 10 feet. And you get heavy-duty zip ties. Electrical department, $6 a package of 10. These are the thick ones. Then you've got to measure it and cut it onto the crown of the block wall, like so. You can see that. About 5 zip ties per stick, and you can experiment certain areas before you spend, $50, $60, $70 to stretch the top of the wall and see if it's going to work. I experimented with one side first and then did the other, and she bounces off it. She can't grip. Before you install it, Loctite PL 500. Go along and check all your tops of your the wall and make sure everything's nice and tight. Pull them off, they're loose, and put PL 500 Loctite landscape adhesive. This stuff kicks ass. It'll re-stick the older wall, the blocks, before you zip tie the tubes to the top of the wall. Cutting the PVC. This is a cutting wheel on your. This is a portable grinder, but you can use a wired one as well. Put the cutting wheel on here and take your time. Glasses, gloves, some rubber or some leather gloves, so you don't thing doesn't bounce off and zip your hand. And then you take the PVC pipe. Stuff's light, but when you zip tie it to your wall, you're going to find it'll add a lot of rigidity, especially to an older wall. Anyway, you cut it in the circular. Just take your time. You don't have to hurry, so the thing doesn't. It'll go through it pretty good. If you have a chain link wood fence, I started thinking of ways to do that if it would adapt. So you got to you can measure it, and then you're gonna have to cut it long ways. Take your time and cut it long ways so it will adapt to the crown, and then zip tie it into place so they have this circumference here to bounce off it. You want to crown the top of the wall with that, and that's about it. They do interlock, so you can keep adding to it, and it's working extremely well, and it's cost effective. So there's another shot of it here. You can see how they're zip tied on there. So heavy duty zip ties, a cutter, some PL 500, and the tubes. So if your dog's got bounce, install the Fat Bobby 2000 system. Fat Bobby out.